What's going on YouTube? Caesar Media here, filming a Q&A video for my daily about the cafe racer that I built. Ever since I finished the build series, a lot of you have been sending me questions about the bike. So I figured I'll just do all-in-one Q&A session on this video. So I'm just gonna go down the list from top to bottom and try to answer as many questions as possible. So the first question is, where did I find the bike? Well, I found the bike on Craigslist. It was towards the end of fall, beginning of winter, and I was lucky enough to find a fully running 75 CB550 for $750. Now, when you're buying a bike on Craigslist, make sure the bike comes with title. I know you can find a bike without a title for half the price or even a quarter of the price, and that's great, but depending on where you live, getting your bike titled may be a little bit of a hassle. So if I were you, I'll stay away from bikes without a title. You can also find these bikes on eBay, although it happens to be more expensive and you also have to pay for shipping. So if I were you looking for a new bike, I will start out with Craigslist, and these bikes are hit or miss. You know, some are in the $1,500 range, some are in $500 range, or maybe even $300 range, but in crappy condition. So make sure you look around, see what you want, and spend time really looking for that perfect bike that you want. Now, second question was, how much money did I spend on my bike? Well, like I said, I spent $750 on the bike, but I spent about $500 to $700 on parts alone. It's limitless when it comes to modifying your cafe, so I can honestly say that I could have built my bike for $400 in parts and $1,150 in total. The most important parts that you need to get are going to be the seats, the handlebars, the clip-ons, and probably getting rid of the intake gearbox and putting on those air filters or velocity stacks. Another question I was getting a lot was, where did I buy my parts? Now, this will depend from part to part, but almost 100% of the time I'll do my researching on dimecitycycles.com. They pretty much have everything you need to build up your cafe. They even have stock Honda parts if you're looking for OEM parts, and they have great customer service if you had specific questions about certain mods or certain parts you're looking for. They're not the most cost-effective website, so a lot of parts you find there are high quality, super unique parts, but if you're building your cafe racer on budget, you probably want to stay away from parts sold on Dime City Cycles. If I find parts I liked on Dime City Cycle but didn't like the pricing, I'll just go on eBay and look for the same part. Parts like handlebar clips or the throttle cable assembly, I bought those on eBay because I could literally get it for half the price. Some of you were asking me where I found my seat, where I bought it. Of course you can find it on Dime City Cycles and any other cafe racer performance shops, but I found it to be a little too expensive for my needs. So what I did again was go on eBay, found a eBay member who makes custom seats for cafe racer for half the price. I gave him exactly which dimensions I want, and he made me the cafe seat that I use today. As for the battery, I am running a 9-amp battery. The bike does not have any turn signals. It does not have electric start, and it also does not have horn, so it requires very minimum amount of electricity as opposed to a normal bike. And as you can probably see from my videos, I have downsized the battery size by almost half from what it was stock. This is what works for my bike, and it may not apply to yours if you have different size motor or if you're using electric start. Another question I get a lot is people with 1970s whatever Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki bike, and they ask me, should I turn it into a cafe racer myself or bring it somewhere to get it done professionally? Well, I can tell you that when I started building a cafe, I had zero knowledge on motorcycles. I did own a 2005 Yamaha R6 in the past, but that is nothing like the 70s motorcycle. So I had no idea what I was doing, but I was interested in how the bike functioned. how everything worked, how everything came together, and I can honestly say that I have never had so much fun building up a machine. And I can say that I had more fun building CB550 than I did with Evo, because it's so easy to work on. You can tear apart the whole bike by yourself with a couple tools, and you can literally lift up the bike by yourself. You don't need a jack, you don't need a lift for the most part, and nobody's gonna tell you that you did it right, you did it wrong, because every bike is different. Every bike is gonna be unique in its own way, and that's what I love about these cafes, honestly. So if you have any interest in machines and mechanics, and you have ever worked on motorcycle, I will highly recommend doing it yourself. There's no right way of doing things. You can really put in your creativity and make it your own motorcycle. And the thing is, these bikes will break down all the time. I'm sure you have seen some of my videos and some of my pictures on Instagram. You're never gonna have a cafe racer that runs 100% all the time. I mean, it's 1970s technology, things just don't work the way it should. So it's good to know how your bike works and how everything was put together. For one, it's fun building it, and two, you learn a thing or two about the bike, so when something does go wrong, you know exactly how to fix it. That's it for today, guys. I figured it would be nice to kind of compile all your questions in one video, so I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any more questions though, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll create another video like this. I haven't made much progress with the cafe this winter because I've been busy working on my house, but I promise you there will be more build series in the future, so look forward to those videos. Thanks again for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next vlog or the build series.